Hello everyone, I'm here today to share something that didn't just inspire me, it transformed me. It's not money, not fame, not luck. It's something you already have: time. Everyone gets 24 hours a day, but not everyone uses them the same way. The difference between success and struggle, it's in how you spend your time. Time is the most valuable asset you will ever have. Not money, not connections, not intelligence, time. The reason is simple. Every single person on this planet, regardless of who they are, gets the exact same amount of it every single day. Rich or poor, genius or average, privileged or struggling, everyone wakes up to 24 hours. The question is not how much time you have, it's what you do with it. Some people use those hours to build empires, while others waste them scrolling through endless distractions. The difference between success and failure isn't found in opportunity. It's found in discipline, in how you choose to spend your time. Time doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care who your parents were or what grades you got in school. It doesn't care how popular you are or how many followers you have. What time offers is a blank canvas every single day. You wake up, and you are given a fresh 24 hours to shape your life. And every day some people treat that time like gold. They protect it, invest it, multiply it. Others throw it away on gossip, entertainment, and meaningless drama. But what you do consistently with your time will shape the story of your life. Because time once gone doesn't come back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose people and build new relationships. But time, once it's spent, it's gone forever. That makes it the most expensive currency you have. You have to start viewing time as a resource you're spending, not something that's just passing. Every time you hit snooze, scroll aimlessly, binge content, or delay your goals, you're not just relaxing. You're paying with your future. You're spending minutes, hours, and days that could be building your dream. Imagine if you had to pay 100 for every hour you wasted, how much more careful would you be? The truth is, your future is already charging you that price. The dreams you delay, the health you ignore, the skills you don't develop. There's always a cost, and that cost is paid with time. The successful people you admire don't have more hours than you. They've simply learned how to master their time. They've learned to prioritize, to focus, to delay gratification. They say no to temporary pleasures so they can say yes to long-term rewards. They understand that every hour spent on distraction is an hour stolen from growth. And while others are busy being entertained, they're busy being educated. They know that the most powerful investment isn't in stocks or property. It's in personal growth, and the currency is time. You have the power to shift your life starting now. It doesn't take magic, privilege, or permission. It takes awareness of your time. Audit your days. Look at where your hours are going. Is your time being spent building the future you want? Or are you borrowing time from your future self for comfort today? Because if you want to change your life, you don't need to change the world. You need to change how you use your hours. 1 hour a day learning a new skill. 1 hour a day exercising your body. 1 hour a day planning your goals. These small decisions add up to massive change. Time is not just a ticking clock, it's a test. Every day, it asks you, what are you going to do with me? Are you going to waste me? Or are you going to use me to build something meaningful? Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they run out of time chasing the wrong things. They lose years stuck in fear, comfort, or doubt. Don't be one of them. Respect your time. Honor your hours. Treat every minute like it matters. Because it does. Your entire future is being built in these unseen, quiet moments. And if you learn to master your time, you'll master your life. One of the harshest truths in life is this: if you don't invest your time in your own growth, you will always end up building someone else's dream. If you're not spending your hours learning, building, developing, and sharpening your skills, you will inevitably end up working for someone who is. That's not an insult. It's just how the world works. The people who rise, the ones who lead, the ones who innovate and dominate their industries, are simply the ones who chose to use their time more wisely than others. They didn't get lucky, they got intentional. While others were distracted, they were developing. While others were resting, they were refining. While others were making excuses, they were making progress. It's not about being a genius, it's about being deliberate. Every time you choose comfort over growth, someone else is choosing discipline. Every time you say, I'll do it later, someone else is saying, I'll do it now. And guess what? In 5 years, the gap between you and them will be undeniable. That's when you'll start to see the consequences of how each person used the same 24 hours. They'll be leading the company while you're still looking for a promotion. They'll be launching their own brand while you're still asking for permission. They'll be the ones making decisions, and you'll be the one following instructions. It all comes down to how time was used. This isn't about being better than anyone. It's about being better than who you were yesterday. But if you don't make that commitment, someone else will outgrow you. Not because they're more talented, but because they respect time more than you do. The world doesn't wait for anyone. Opportunities don't knock forever. If you're not ready, someone else will be. If you don't make yourself valuable, someone else will take the value you were too lazy to claim. And then you'll end up working under them, following their schedule, chasing their vision, and wondering why success hasn't found you. But success doesn't find people. It's built by people who understand the value of their time. Think about it. Every great leader you admire, whether in business, technology, media, or sports, became who they are by making smarter use of their hours. They didn't waste time waiting for someone to hand them success. They showed up when no one was watching. They studied when others were sleeping. They sacrificed temporary fun for long-term freedom. That's what separates leaders from laborers. Leaders invest time in themselves. Laborers rent out their time to others who did the work to lead. Now, there's nothing wrong with working for someone, unless that's not where you want to be. But if you feel stuck, unfulfilled, underpaid, or overlooked, the first thing you should check is not your boss. It's your schedule. How are you using your hours? Are you learning new skills or stuck in old patterns? Are you leveling up or just showing up? Because if you're not getting better, you're getting replaceable. This world is evolving fast. Technology is advancing, industries are shifting, and the people who are studying, adapting, and growing are the ones who will stay ahead. If you're standing still, you're falling behind. The truth is, you are either building your dream or someone else's. You're either using your time to create freedom, or you're giving your time away to build someone else's vision. That's why self-improvement isn't a luxury, it's survival. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start losing. And when you give away your time to distractions, you're trading away your potential. But when you invest that same time in reading, building, practicing, and evolving, you put yourself in a position to lead, not follow. So decide today. Are you going to keep renting your time out to the highest bidder? Or are you going to take ownership of it and turn it into something powerful? Because if you don't master your time, someone else will. And they'll hire you to use yours, building their dream instead of yours. There's nothing wrong with enjoying life. There's nothing wrong with having fun, celebrating wins, or taking time to relax. But the problem begins when people start celebrating a life they haven't earned yet. The world is full of people throwing parties for average outcomes, rewarding themselves for surviving instead of striving. While some are building, learning, and growing in silence, others are out every weekend popping bottles, posting selfies, and living for the applause of people who don't even care. And that's why the gap between winners and the rest keeps getting wider. The truth is, you don't need to celebrate everything. Getting through the week isn't always a victory, especially when you didn't put in your best effort. Taking a break every time life gets slightly uncomfortable doesn't build resilience, it builds weakness. Success doesn't come to those who over-celebrate mediocrity. It comes to those who are too busy working to throw themselves a party for every little milestone. If you're celebrating every minor achievement like it's the peak of your life, you're sending a message to your brain: this is as far as I go, and that's dangerous. Because your brain will believe it, it will settle, it will stop reaching higher, and one day, you'll wake up stuck in a cycle of average habits producing average results. Look around. The most successful people are not the loudest. They're not the ones constantly broadcasting their lifestyle. They're often the quiet ones. Focused, disciplined, working behind the scenes. They're not wasting time proving anything to anyone because they're too busy improving themselves. While some are partying on Friday night, they're planning. While some are sleeping in on weekends, they're studying. While others are binge watching shows, they're building a future. That's the difference. Not talent, not privilege. Just a different choice in how time is spent and what is prioritized. This isn't about being boring, it's about being intentional. You can absolutely enjoy life, but if enjoyment becomes your identity, if you're always chasing a good time, you'll never build a great life. There's a difference between celebrating success and distracting yourself from a lack of progress. Most people aren't relaxing because they earned it. They're relaxing to avoid the guilt of not moving forward. They're hiding behind self-care, when what they really need is self-discipline. You need to understand that celebration without progress is just noise. Don't confuse comfort with achievement. Don't confuse temporary pleasure with lasting purpose. Posting about your life doesn't mean you're living a good one. The real reward is in who you become, not how many people applaud you along the way. And here's the truth. Nobody successful is impressed by your weekend plans. Nobody winning at life is watching your stories and wishing they were out there partying with you. They're too busy creating something meaningful. So ask yourself, what am I really celebrating? Is it growth? Is it progress? Is it a goal achieved through hard work and sacrifice? Or is it just another excuse to feel good for a moment while my dreams remain untouched? If you want to win, you need to delay gratification. You need to put in the work now so you can truly celebrate later. Life is long, but the window for transformation is short. Don't waste it chasing average. Don't throw a party for surviving another unproductive week. Instead, challenge yourself to earn your celebration. Make it count. Build something first, then celebrate the foundation you laid. The truth is, over-celebrating an average life creates a habit of mediocrity. It keeps you stuck in cycles of stagnation. The people who are winning aren't the ones doing the most celebrating. They're the ones doing the most growing. And when the time is right, they'll celebrate in silence, with freedom, peace, and purpose. That's the kind of celebration that matters. So stop over-celebrating average. Start earning a life that deserves real applause. In today's world, it's not the paper you hold that determines your value. It's the skills you bring to the table. Life doesn't reward you for having a degree hanging on your wall. It rewards you for the real-world abilities you develop, the problems you can solve, and the value you can create. The truth is, a certificate might get you in the door, but it's your skills that will keep you in the room. It's your skills that will get you promoted, get you noticed, and help you build something of your own if you choose to. You can't hide behind a diploma forever. Eventually, life will test what you know, not what school you attended. Think about it. How many people do you know who graduated with honors but still feel lost in their careers? How many people have impressive academic backgrounds but no idea how to communicate effectively, sell a product, negotiate a deal, or adapt to a fast-changing world? That's because education teaches information, but skills require application. You don't learn how to lead people by reading a textbook. You learn it by stepping into real-life situations, making mistakes, adjusting, and growing. You don't become a great writer by passing an exam. You become one by writing, editing, studying language, and learning how to influence minds through words. The world is evolving faster than ever. Technology is changing industries overnight. AI, automation, and globalization are reshaping the job market. In a world like this, the shelf life of your degree is shrinking. What mattered 10 years ago may not matter tomorrow. But skills, the right skills are timeless. If you know how to sell, you'll never be broke. If you can speak well, write well, think clearly, and solve problems, doors will open for you anywhere. Skills are the universal currency. They are transferable, adaptable, and scalable. This doesn't mean degrees are useless. They're just not the final answer. A degree might open a door, but it's your ability to perform that determines whether you stay in the game. Employers aren't just hiring credentials. They're hiring capability. And if you can't produce results, your certificate becomes irrelevant. The market rewards those who bring value, and value is born from skill, not theory. The best part, skills can be learned by anyone, anywhere, for free or very little cost. You don't need to go to an elite university to learn how to code. You don't need permission to learn how to speak confidently, build a business, or master a craft. YouTube is free. Google is free. Online courses, books, podcasts, mentorship, it's all accessible. The tools are there. The only question is whether you're willing to put in the time. Most people aren't lacking intelligence. They're lacking consistency. They aren't stuck because of a lack of opportunity. They're stuck because they never made learning a daily habit. You must take responsibility for your growth. No one's going to do it for you. Stop waiting for someone to give you a promotion. Stop hoping someone will discover your potential. Start building it. Start proving it. Learn how to communicate clearly, market yourself authentically, think strategically, and adapt quickly. These are the skills that don't just help you survive, they help you lead. So, if you're serious about your future, focus less on adding lines to your resume and more on adding tools to your mind. Learn how to think, how to create, how to influence, how to produce. Become a person of value, not just a person with a title. The world doesn't need more degrees, it needs more doers. And the more skilled you become, the more control you'll have over your own destiny. Your degree might get you a job, but your skills will give you freedom. Everyone wants to be successful, but very few are willing to embrace the truth about what success actually looks like. It's not glamorous. It's not filled with constant excitement. It doesn't come from motivation that sparks and fades. It comes from discipline. Real success is built in the quiet hours. It's born in the repetition of simple, often boring tasks done with consistency. Anyone can be excited for a day. Anyone can feel motivated after watching a video or hearing a powerful speech. But discipline, that's what shows up when excitement has left the room. That's what keeps going when the emotion is gone and the work still needs to be done. The world is obsessed with excitement. Social media sells you the idea that success is loud, fast, and fun. That every day should feel amazing. That you should only do things that light your soul on fire. But the truth is, the things that lead to greatness rarely feel exciting in the moment. Waking up early to read, practicing a skill alone, saying no to distractions, repeating the same process every day even when you don't feel like it. That's discipline. And that's what actually builds a life worth living. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits. And habits are built through discipline, not through hype, not through emotional highs, through structure, through commitment, and through doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. Most people are chasing the next rush, the next new idea, the next quick win, the next dopamine hit. But those things fade. Excitement is temporary. It's discipline that compounds. It grows over time. And eventually it produces something so powerful, so unshakable that people will call it success, without realizing how boring the journey really was. Think about the greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, or leaders. Their lives weren't a series of exciting events strung together. Their days were filled with relentless practice, uncomfortable repetition, and a constant war between comfort and commitment. They didn't wake up every morning full of fire. They woke up with purpose. They didn't let their feelings decide their actions. Their actions shaped their identity. Discipline becomes part of who you are. It becomes the foundation you build on when everything else feels uncertain. People fail not because they aren't talented, but because they don't stay consistent. They stop when it stops being fun. They quit when it gets hard. They lose interest when progress slows down. But the truth is, progress is never loud. It's quiet. It's invisible. It happens slowly through small decisions made daily. Reading 10 pages of a book, going to the gym even when you're tired, practicing your skill when no one is clapping. These things don't bring applause, but they bring results. Success is not about how good you are when you're excited. It's about how committed you are when you're not. Anyone can start, but can you continue? Can you push through the boredom, the fatigue, the silence? Because that's where most people give up. They think they've failed because the journey doesn't feel exciting anymore. But they haven't failed, they've just hit the point where discipline begins and excitement ends. Discipline doesn't look cool, it's not flashy, it's not always fun. But it works, and the people who embrace it become unstoppable. They don't rely on motivation, they rely on systems. They don't need the mood to be right. They create their own momentum. And over time, while others burn out chasing excitement, the disciplined keep rising quietly, consistently, powerfully. So if you're serious about changing your life, stop asking for excitement, start developing discipline, build routines, stick to them, be okay with boredom. Because boring doesn't mean worthless. It means you're doing the work that others are avoiding. And in the end, that's what separates dreamers from doers. Excitement fades. Discipline lasts. The people around you are not neutral. They either pull you forward or hold you back. Every conversation you have, every environment you sit in, and every relationship you maintain is either pouring into your growth or slowly draining your potential. This is one of the most overlooked truths in personal development. Your circle isn't just part of your journey, it shapes your journey. If you spend time with people who complain, avoid responsibility, mock ambition, or laugh at your goals, don't be surprised when you start feeling stuck, uninspired, and confused about your path. It's not that you're not talented. It's not that you lack drive. It's that you're surrounded by a mindset that keeps you small. The wrong circle doesn't just slow you down. It convinces you that slowing down is normal. Growth demands environment. And your environment includes your friends, your conversations, your group chats, your influences. Who do you call when you have an idea? What kind of response do you get when you say, I want to start something? Are you met with encouragement or skepticism, applause or apathy? If you're constantly explaining your passion to people who don't get it, it's not a sign to quit. It's a sign to protect your energy. Not everyone is meant to understand you. Not everyone is meant to go with you, and that's okay. Growth doesn't require resentment. It requires realignment. You don't have to hate your old circle to outgrow it. You just have to stop watering what no longer grows you. You outgrow people by growing yourself. You stop showing up to gossip. You stop complaining just to bond. You stop tolerating small talk when your soul is craving depth. And slowly, you start finding new people. People who think big, move with purpose, and live with standards. These people won't let you stay average. They challenge you, they inspire you, they sharpen you. And when you spend time around them, something inside you shifts. You no longer feel ashamed for being ambitious. You no longer shrink to fit in. You finally feel seen. That's what the right circle does. It reminds you that you're not crazy for wanting more. You're just around people who settled for less. There's a difference between loyalty and limitation. Being loyal to people who stunt your growth is not loyalty. It's self-betrayal. You don't owe anyone your potential. You owe yourself the chance to become who you were meant to be. If that makes some people uncomfortable, let them be uncomfortable. If your elevation makes them insecure, that's their wound to heal, not yours to carry. The truth is, everyone has the same opportunity to grow, but not everyone will take it. And the moment you decide to take it, you'll notice a shift. Some people will distance themselves, others will try to pull you back. Let them. Keep going. Don't argue, don't explain, just evolve. Your circle is either your fuel or your cage. The people in your life are either pushing you toward your highest self or keeping you locked in patterns you've outgrown. Choose wisely, protect your energy, and remember, you don't need to announce who you're becoming. Just become. The ones meant for you will adjust, the rest will fade, and that's not loss, it's alignment. Growth requires separation, and success is lonely only until you find your new circle. The one where evolution is normal, ambition is respected, and greatness is expected. It's not about talent, luck, or even opportunity. It's about how you use your time, who you choose to become, and what you consistently do. Time is the great equalizer, but only the disciplined, the skilled, and the focused rise above the average. If you spend your days chasing excitement, clinging to mediocrity, or wasting time in circles that drain you, then don't be surprised when life gives you the bare minimum. But if you invest your hours into growth, into learning real-world skills, into sharpening your mindset and protecting your energy, you will become unstoppable. Life doesn't reward the loudest, it rewards the most prepared. Those who master time, master their destiny. And if you want to win in the real world, remember this: discipline will outlast motivation, skills will outshine certificates, and your future will always reflect your daily decisions. This is your reminder. Stop wasting time, start building your future. Now.